Hello everyone, this is lecture number 52. So already I told you in previous lecture, just we started here, unit number 6 of environmental unit 2. In the first lecture of unit number 6, we learn about uh, what exact meaning of industrial wastewater. Then we learn about how to take sample, what do you mean by actually what the concept of sample and sampling. Then we learn about types of sampling, for example, graph sampling, composite sampling. Its limitation we learned in previous lecture, that is first lecture unit number 6. In second lecture of unit number 6, we will see a term as equalization and the neutralization as well as proportioning. Okay, this is very important because of when industrial wastewater which are having, is it, will it acidic, will it alkaline, or what types of neutralization is required, or what types of equalization is required for that particular industrial wastewater treatment. So in today's lecture, we will see here first equalization, its concept of equalization and meaning of equalization first we will see here. Then secondly, we will see proportioning, and third one is neutralization. So these three terms which will be covered in today's lecture. So first we will see a meaning of equalization or concept of equalization. Industry will always realize benefit from delivering a constant quantity and the quality of wastewater from its plant. So industry will always release what benefits from delivering a constant and quantity and quality of wastewater from its plant. Okay, it will be further benefit from delivering this waste in proportion to that occurring in its discharge environment, to it be a river or a sewer line. Okay, so it will be further what for what delivering waste proportionally. The delivering of the wastewater which is proportionally at that time discharge environment will be a river of a sewer line. The reason for this fact is that receiving environment can be always cope better with constant load of contaminant and in a proportion. Okay, so equalization is the discharge or release of a benefit of the particular water or water quality from its plant, manufacture its plant, and it further benefits to delivering the wastewater proportion in the sewer line. And this reason or this fact which will be very important environmental as well as go better with the constant load of contaminant and in a proportional. सो मोस्टली इक्वलायझेशन बद्दल बोललं ते इंडस्ट्रीमधनं जे काही वेस्ट वॉटर निघतं त्याची क्वांटिटी आणि क्वालिटी हे चांगल्या प्रमाणात व्यवस्थित प्रमाणात जर सिव्हरमध्ये जर सोडली तर त्यामुळे एन्व्हायरमेंटचे जे काही आस्पेक्ट आहे त्याच्यामुळे जो कंटॅमिनेट किंवा पोल्युशनचा लोड वाढत नाही यासाठी इक्वलायझेशन अँड द प्रोपोर्शन आर दी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट इन द इक्वलायझेशन. In fact, an industrial plant can sometimes can decide it not to do any further extensive treatment of its waste after equalization and the proportionment. So in a particular industry, actually in fact that in a particular industry, when they influent or when they discharge their industrial waste, they are not treated, they cannot treat on the effluent because that there is no inexpensive treatment, and that's why the regulation and proportion is the maintaining it is difficult. Equalization. So exact meaning of equalization you can see here. Equalization is the method of retaining waste in the basin so that effluent discharge is fairly uniform in its water quality characteristics. Once again I'm reading here. Equalization is a method of retaining waste in the basin so that effluent discharge is fairly uniform in the water quality characteristics, and that characteristics, that is pH, color, turbidity, alkalinity, biochemical oxygen demand, BOD, and so forth. Okay, so equalization in general, which is what to retaining the waste in particular basin, and so due to that it may effluent discharge will be fairly uniform in its water quality characteristics. So you know that in water characteristic mostly physically, chemical, and the biological characteristics. To maintain this characteristic or quality of water, the waste should be written in the basin, and this overall process or overall method which is called as the equalization. सो मोस्टली इक्वलायझेशन म्हणजे काय, ती जी काही वेस्ट असेल एखाद्या बेसिनमध्ये रिटर्न ठेवून जी काही वॉटर क्वालिटी मेंटेन केली जाते वेस्ट वॉटरची, वॉटर क्वालिटी मेंटेन केली, कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ वेस्ट वॉटरची जी मेंटेन केली जाते ती म्हणजे पीएच, कलर, त्याचा केमिकल कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक, त्याचं बायोलॉजिकल कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक हे मेंटेन करण्यासाठी ज्याचं वेस्ट बेसिनच्या खाली रिटर्न होतं आणि पर्टिक्युलर जे वॉटर असतं ते चांगल्या फॉर्ममध्ये फ्लो होतं किंवा डिस्चार्ज होतं, त्याला इक्वलायझेशन टेक्निक म्हणतात. The objective of equalization is to be minimized or controlled. So his first objective of equalization is to what? Minimize or control fluctuation in wastewater characteristic in order to provide optimum condition for subsequent treatment process. So mostly the equalization technique, it can be minimize the control of fluctuations. Okay, fluctuations is meaning of no, you know that fluctuation is the just many time I told you flock is the nothing but as the impurities, that is size is large size, nothing but as a Marathi we can say that अशा ढेकळासारखे काहीतरी गोष्टी तयार होणे पाण्यामध्ये which are fluctuations. So to control and minimize the fluctuation wastewater characteristic in order to provide subsequently or optimum conditions for the treatment process. So in equalization, there are the different types of method. For example, you can see here inline and the sideline equalization system are both effective ways to the equalize flow volumes. Okay, so mostly inline and the sideline equalization system, they are effectively ways to equalize the flow volumes, which relate to the volume. But the inline equalization is more effective for leveling out the variation in influent concentration because the entire flow is blended with the entire content of the holding tanks. Okay, so mostly inline and sideline there are the two systems. Actually inline and sideline have दोन system equalization मध्ये असतात, and mostly equalization inline equalization जास्त effective असतं, and that is maintain the equalized flow volume पर्टिक्युलर टँकचा पर्टिक्युलर युनिटचा फ्लो व्हॉल्यूम मेंटेन करण्यासाठी या दोन टेक्निक, ह्या दोन सिस्टीम वापरल्या जातात, इनलाईन अँड साईड लाईन. त्यापैकी इनलाईन टेक्निक ही चांगली इफेक्टिव्ह आहे. ओके, इट कॅन बी कॉन्सन्ट्रेट बिकॉज ऑफ इंटर फ्लो. इट कॅन म्हणजे इनलाईन टेक्निक concentrate on the influent, okay, and then entire fluids we also blended with the entire content of the holding tanks. So you can see here two picture. This is the raw wastewater, this is online equalization treatment system, and this is the treatment system, and this is the offline treatment system. So this is off flow equalization. Okay, it is off flow equalization. And another one picture which we are which would like to say here. Okay, no problem. The size and type of equalization basin provide varies with the quantity of wastewater and variability of the wastewater stream. Okay, size and type of equalization basin, just I told you about equalization is retain the waste in the basin of particular unit, so that there are two system, inline and offline system or outline system. It means that equalization, the size and type of equalization basin provide a varies with quantity and the of wastewater and variability of the wastewater stream also. So basin which is purely varies with the quantity of waste and the variability of the wastewater stream. The basin should be of sufficient size of adequate absorb waste fluctuation caused by variation in the plant production, settling, and dampen the concentrated batches periodically dump spill to the sewer. Okay, the particular basin sufficient size adequately absorb the waste fluctuations caused by the variation. पर्टिक्युलर जे काही बेसिन असेल त्याचे फ्लक्च्युएशन जे असेल ते जास्तीत जास्त ॲब्सॉर्ब केल्या गेल्या पाहिजे आणि त्याचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड बॅच पिरियडिकली डंप किंवा त्याला स्पिल आउट होईल असं स्थिवर प्रोव्हाइड केलं पाहिजे. मोस्टली इक्वलायझेशन डिपेंड ऑन द पर्टिक्युलर volume of that particular tank or a particular units. Now, what are the objective of equalization? We can see here. First objective, to provide adequate dampening of organic fluctuation in order to prevent shocking loading of biological system. Okay, so first objective in this objective to provide adequate dampening, okay, of organic fluctuations. That means adequate dampening of organic fluctuation in the order to prevent the shock loading by biological system. This is the first objective. Second objective, it provide adequate pH control. So mostly the second objective is that of equalization. It provide the adequate pH control or minimize the chemical requirement necessary for the neutralization. Okay. So neutralization is a term we will receive in the lastly here, so I doesn't want to explain on it, but it can be provide objective of the equalization second, that is provide adequate pH control or minimize the chemical requirements. So third one objective, that is to minimize flow surges to physical chemical treatment system and permit chemical feed rates compatibly with the feeding equipment. Now third one objective is that what it can be minimized, ते minimize करू शकते physical chemical treatment मला systemचा आणि ते it can be permit also chemical feed rates. Okay, so in the feeding equipments, this is the third one objectives of equalization. The fourth one objective of equalization, that is to provide continuous feed biological system. Okay, it can be provide continuous feed of biological system over a period when the manufacturing plant is not operating. Manufacturing plant जेव्हा ऑपरेट नसेल तेव्हा कंटिन्युअसली बायोलॉजिकल सिस्टम पिरियड हा प्रोव्हाइड करू शकतो किंवा कंटिन्युअसली चालू ठेवू शकतो, असं एक ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह इक्विलायझेशन सिस्टमचं असतं. So in the fifth objective of equalization, that is to provide capacity control discharge of waste municipal system in order to distribute the waste load or the evenly. Okay, it can be also provide capacity of control discharge, okay, of a waste to municipal system in order to the distribute waste load more evenly. Municipal waste systems आणि distributed waste systems जे काय कॅपॅसिटर ऑफ कंट्रोल डिस्चार्ज आहे तो प्रोव्हाइड करू शकतो बाय द इक्विलायझेशन सिस्टम नुसार. Then to prevent the high concentration of toxic material from entering the biological treatment plant. So equalization also prevent the जे काय इक्विलायझेशन ऑल्सो प्रिव्हेंट करू शकतो, वाचवू शकते की हाय कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जे टॉक्सिक मटेरियल प्लांटमध्ये एंटर होण्यापासून द इक्विलायझेशन टेक्निक किंवा सिस्टम त्यापासून प्रिव्हेंट करू शकतात. दीज आर द 6 important equalization objectives. Now this is what it is about the method sideline equalization and the line in equalization. So sideline equalization, you can see equalized flow through the wastewater treatment system. This is the equalized flow, and sideline equalization tank. This is a sideline equalization tank through which the sideline equalization it can be maintained here. But rather than that, this line inline equalization is more effective, which goes through the insides of that particular tanks. Okay. So equalization flow the wastewater treatment system is a glow through. This arrow had mentioned as the what water flow. Okay, equalized flow. Okay, this is a side upside, and this is outside or upside, and this is the inline side. This is more effective rather than this one. Okay. So then we can see here just we raw wastewater. This is online equalization system goes through inside, then the treatment system, and the offline or outline equalization system. It may outline or outside of the particular tank or particular system. You can see this is the outside and the flow line in this directionally, and it will go direct treatment plant. So it can be not more effective rather than this one. Okay, this is the online or inline equalization system. It is always better than this outline system. Okay, so in Marathi you can see the inline म्हणजे प्लांट मधून जाणारी इक्विलायझेशन सिस्टम आणि आउटलाइन म्हणजे प्लांटच्या बाहेरून जाणारी इक्विलायझेशन सिस्टम. So you can very well understood through this picture. And now just we will see shortly, but inline and sideline equalization system are both are the effective to equalize. Now mostly in the inline and the sideline equalization system are both are the effective, but both more than inline is effective. Equalize flow volume, mostly that what the equalize the flow volume, but in line equalization is the more effective, more leveling out variation in the effluent concentration because the entire flow is blended with the just we seen in previous slide. Inline and sideline equalization system. The size and type of equalization basin product varies with the quantity of wastewater, variability of wastewater streams. Okay, the basin should be sufficient size of adequate absorption for fluctuations. Just we've seen in a previous slide also. This is about equalization. Equalization is the very simple meaning to maintain a waste in a basin of particular unit, and remaining water quality of water characteristics will be maintained in terms of pH, color, odors, and etc. Okay, this is about equalization. Just we see inline and outline equalization also. Now second one term, that is proportioning. Okay, so word say that 1000 this is word say everything. proportioning, they mean what proportion should be of wastewater or effluent of the waste, industrial waste. So first we will see proportion means the discharge of industrial waste in the proportion of flow of municipal sewage. Okay, once again I'm reading here proportion meaning the discharge of industrial waste in the proportion to the flow of municipal sewage in the sewer or to stream flow in the receiving river. So here are taking the proportion of industrial waste discharge. Okay, the discharge of industrial waste in the proportion of what flow of municipal sewage in the sewer or stream flow in the receiving river. Proportion म्हणजेच काय, जे इंडस्ट्री मधला जो डिस्चार्ज जे पाणी घाण पाणी येतं ते म्युन्सिपल वॉटर सोडण्या इतकं सिव्हरमध्ये असलं पाहिजे, किंवा म्युन्सिपल पाणी नसेल तर ती नदीमध्ये सोडण्याची कॅपॅसिटी इतकं असलं पाहिजे, विच इज कॉल्ड ॲज proportioning. Okay, so in this proportioning, mostly in most cases it is be possible to the combine equalizations and the proportioning in the same basin. Okay, and in many cases there are the possible combined equalization. Okay, proportioning and it's the same basin. The effluent from the equalization basin is metered into the sewer or stream according to the predetermined schedule. Okay, sometimes effluent from the equalization basin is metered or maintained into the sewer or stream accordingly predetermined schedule. As per this schedule, it can be maintained that effluent. So here are some objectives of proportioning. So in the Marathi we can say is the proportioning is what, इंडस्ट्रियल वॉटर सोडण्याचं जे काही प्रमाण हे म्युन्सिपल वॉटर सोडण्याच्या इतक्या म्युन्सिपल म्हणजे इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये जे म्युन्सिपल वॉटर सेवेमध्ये सोडतो तितक्या प्रमाणात असलं पाहिजे, किंवा म्युन्सिपल वॉटरचं नसेल तर कदाचित इन्शुरन्स तुम्ही नदीमध्ये सोडत असाल तर त्याचंही प्रमाण तितक्या प्रमाणात असलं पाहिजे. ओके, तर कदाचित काही बहुतेक वेळा जे इक्विलायझेशनचं व्हॉल्यूम ऑफ डिस्चार्ज आहे किंवा दोघेही कंबाईनली मेड केलेलं असतात. So here are some objective proportioning. In sewer is keep constant percentage of industrial waste to domestic sewage flow entering the municipal sewage plant. This procedure has been several purposes. Okay, mostly objective proportioning is the depend on the some purpose to protect municipal sewage treatment using chemical from being impaired by the sudden overdose of chemical content in the industrial waste also. So it can be protected from what municipal sewage treatment using the chemicals from being the impaired sudden overdoses chemical content in the industrial waste. This is the first purpose, which is depend on the objective of proportioning. The second purpose of proportioning is that to protect biological treatment device from shock load to industrial waste that may be inactive the bacteria. Okay, this is second purpose. Third one, to minimize fluctuations of sanitary standards in treated effluent. Though these three are the very important purpose, that is in terms of the objective of proportioning. So third one term that just we seen here, neutralization. Okay, in the neutralization, so exact meaning of neutralization we see. Before understanding the meaning of neutralization, we should be know. So you know that pH of any water, and many times we discuss environmental engineering 1 as well as in unit 2, pH. The definition of pH is the what is the measure. pH is the measure of free hydrogen activity. That means how much hydrogen ions, concentration of hydrogen ions in the particular liquid or a particular water, and that can be expressed as pH is equal to log of H plus ions or the log of OH minus ions. Okay, it means how hydrogen activity is going on in that particular water. So mostly maybe you know that if you tell anybody what's the pH of that water, you should be know that pH having three ranges. One is acidic, second one is the neutral, and third one is the alkalinity or carbohydrates. Okay, mostly that neutral is nothing but neutralization, and at this stage there is no acidic water, there is no alkaline water, that is a neutral water. That means there is H ion concentration, that is free of ions. So basically the measures on the scale of 0 to 14, that is pH scale. Solution with the pH of less than 7, you know that is acid, and while solution with the pH of greater than 7.0 are base. Okay, so greater than the what, pH greater than the 7, that is the bases, or that will be the alkaline water, and mostly that will be 7 exactly, it will be the neutralized or neutral water. So in the basis, in a very simple term, base are used to the neutralize acid, while acid are the used to neutralize base. Okay, it's very simple. The byproduct of normal salt, which may or may not be soluble in the water. So you can see here, this is a pH scale. This is what the pH scale. And less than 7, that mentioned as the acidic, and in the acid, that is sulfuric acid, colous acid, rain or orange juice, which will be involved in the acidic range of that particular water or particular wastewater or particular liquid. If the pH of that particular water will be exact 7, at that time you can say that is a neutral water, and which is greater than this 7, in between 7 to 14, at that time that is soap, seawater, blooded or caustic. Okay, that is basis. So on the basis, neutralization can be defined as the treatment of the industrial waste so that it can be neither too acidic nor too alkalic or a safe discharge. ओके, सो न्यूट्रलायझेशन इज अ डिफाईन ॲज, न्यूट्रलायझेशन म्हणजेच काय की असं इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट वॉटर की ते ॲसिडिक पण नाही आणि ते अल्कलाईन पण नाही, ते इझिली डिस्चार्ज करू शकतो आपण स्ट्रीममध्ये किंवा सीवरमध्ये, असं इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट वॉटर विच इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ न्यूट्रलायझेशन. ओके, there are several possible reasons that in industry neutralize its wastewater during the 20th century and will continue to do so that. So in the, there are several possible reasons. Okay, so industry neutralize its wastewater. Why it should be neutralized? If you know that industrial wastewater are having a different types of contaminant which is hazardous to the human being, that's why the industrial water should be neutralized. And the meaning of neutralized, that is neither acidic or nor alkaline. Okay, that water is very safe, it can be discharged into particular stream, particular sewer. Okay, so that there are several reasons. So that what are the reasons we can see here? To make industrial waste compatibility in terms of pH with municipal sewage when the joint treatment practiced. Okay, this is the first reason. Second, to continue reason number 1. So in terms of what, when the discharge of particular industry, they always maintain pH. If pH maintain in between exactly 7, that is automatically neutralized, and then that be disposed into the particular stream or the sewer. That is the joint treatment practices. So in the second reasons, it continues the number 1, that means a pH maintain. More specially to make certain that pH does not kills or otherwise inactive the microorganism that are they being used to biologically oxidize organic matter content. Okay, you know pH does not kill the any bacteria, that's why it can be maintained microorganism being due to biological activity. This is second reason. To prevent corrosion of the pipeline and equipment leading from the industry to effluent to ultimate destinations. This is third one reason. It can be prevent corrosion pipelines, corrosion of the pipelines and the equipments. Fourth one, to compile with the effluent standard for excessive acid or alkaline conditions in the sewer or receiving wastewater. So sometimes the complying of effluent standard of excessive acid or alkaline condition in sewer or receiving the wastewater also. This is one of the reason. Then to continue reason number 4, if there is the excessive of alkaline or if there is excessive of acid, at that time more specially to make the certain that waste discharge pH does not kill fish or otherwise affect other the organism in the receiving the waters. This is the fourth one reason. And in the reasons we can be saying excessively acid or alkaline wastewater should not be discharged into the receiving stream without treatment. Where in the industrial wastewater there is excessive of acid or alkaline, कोणत्या इंडस्ट्रियल वेस्ट वॉटरमध्ये खूप ऍसिडिक किंवा अल्कलाइन जास्त आलेलं वॉटर असेल तर ते वॉटर ते रिसिविंग स्ट्रीम मध्ये विदाउट ट्रीटमेंट सोडू नये. It should not be discharged into that particular receiving stream. A stream even the lowest classification, that is one classified for wastewater disposal and or navigational is the adversely affected by the low or very high pH values. Okay, then this adverse condition is even more critical when the sudden flux of acids or alkalis are the imposed upon a stream. So here are some methods which will be related to the neutralization, that is a method of outline. There are many acceptable methods neutralizing over acidity or over the alkalinity of wastewater, such as what the such as you can see here. खूप वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे न्यूट्रलाइज करण्याचे मेथड असं ऍसिडिक और अल्कलिनीसाठी आहे. The first method, that is mixing waste, so that the net effect is near a neutral pH. सो कधीतरी मिक्सिंग वेस्टमध्ये काहीतरी मिक्सिंग करून पीएच मेंटेन केला जातो, न्यूट्रल पीएच मेंटेन केला जातं. देन पासिंग ऍसिड वेस्ट थ्रू द बेड्स लाइमस्टोन ऑफ द लाइमस्टोन. Sometime in the particular wastewater there will be mix or passing the limestone, that the चुनखडा असतो, चुनखडा जो त्याच्यातनं पास केला तर त्याचा पीएच मेंटेन होऊ शकतो. अशी मेथड्स आहे. देन मिक्सिंग ऍसिड वेस्ट विथ द लाईम स्लरीज. कधीतरी ऍसिडला लाईम स्लरी म्हणजे चुन्याची स्लरी तयार करून त्याच्यात ऍसिड टाकून ती परत परत मिक्सिंग करून वेस्ट वॉटरमध्ये सोडलं त्याच्याने पीएच मेंटेन होतो. असंही मेथड्स आहे. देन ऍडिंग द प्रॉपर प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ द कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड ऑफ सॉल्युशन ऑफ द कॉस्टिक सोडा. Sometimes taking the caustic soda, that is NaOH, that is sodium alcohol, or the sulfuric soda, that is NaOH, or soda ash Na2CO3 to acid wastewater. कधी कधी NaOH, that is caustic soda किंवा सोडा ॲशचं काहीतरी प्रमाणात घेऊन त्या इंडस्ट्री वेस्ट वॉटरमध्ये मिक्स केला जातो किंवा टाकला जातो, त्याच्याने पीएच मेंटेन होऊ शकतो. अँड द फिफ्थ वन, ब्लोईंग waste boiler flue of alkaline waste also. Sometimes blowing the waste boiler flue which is in the particular wastewater and which can be alkaline wastes if due to the for to alkaline wastes. Sometimes producing carbon dioxide in alkaline waste. If there is alkaline water, they will be producing carbon dioxide and adding sulfuric acid to alkaline waste also. These are some outline methods. Okay, it's a method of the outline up to maintain the pH. There are 7 methods. So it was today's lecture. So in today's lecture, what we'll learn? In today's lecture, we'll learn about a first topic. It was related to the uh, neutralization. Sorry, it's about proportioning. Sorry, it's about the what we learn in the proportioning, as well as so in the overall lecture we'll learn about 3 terms, that is equalization, proportional, and the third one, that is neutralization. So in detail already we discussed about these 3 terms: equalization, proportion, neutralization. Thank you for attending today's lecture.